On to you Leos out here. Hope y'all are having a great day. So for you Leos, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Temperance, and then you have the Five of Cups. So these three cards right here are for you Leos, right? If you couldn't tell by the title of the video. But anyway, so basically, a lot of you Leos are, like I said, to piggyback off of the last reading, right? Because for some reason, these readings are starting to connect now. I don't know why, I don't know how. But point is that you Leos are getting through with some of those things that I've talked about, right? Those issues, they're coming along well. You're starting to actually address those things. Those things are starting to become solved, basically. I mean, they're starting to work themselves out. The Five of Cups and the Four of Wands speaks to just what it is that you Leos are prepared to do. A lot of people think that you're playing games with them, especially romantically. They think that you're playing games with them, and you Leos are not doing that. You Leos are not playing games with them whatsoever. A lot of you Leos very much so are staying away from anyone that is giving you a hard time, right? A lot of you are starting to understand your value. A lot of you are starting to understand your value. And a lot of you Leos understand that you're not going to allow anybody to just tell you that they like you, come into your life, and just tell you that, you know, and don't prove anything, don't actually bring any kind of value to the table, nothing. A lot of you Leos very much so are just, I mean, with the experience of it all, honestly, I just see a lot of you Leos. It's not even like, I guess I'm gonna have to talk about it. It's almost like you're hardened. And what I mean when I say that, it's not even like, it's your normal. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, what I mean when I say hardened, because see, here's the thing, right? Real people who are hardened, it's not a matter of like having to run around and say that. It's more so a matter of, it's just an aspect of their life, right? Like it's just another element of their life that is just, when you have to pay attention to that element, excuse me, then it gets paid attention to. So there's this sense of you Leos are starting to become more comfortable with confrontation. You're starting to understand that, you know, you Leos have tried to be friends and, you know, cordial, respectful, try to, you know, make things really work with, whether it's at the job, whether it's relationships, and just people keep choosing violence. And I just see that a lot of you Leos are like, well, okay, you know, you've been through so much of that dysfunction already, to the point where, you know, you Leos just already know what it is. And you're prepared to be single. You're prepared to leave anybody who acts like they're too good for you, who don't want to do right by you. And because of this, a lot of you Leos have found a new level of self-respect. Because what this thing right here is about is, it's not about vanity. It's about self-respect. It's about understanding what it is. It's about understanding what you bring to the table, bringing it to the table, but not allowing yourself to be used like an object and then thrown away, and taking care of yourself. And that, you know, if a person is all over the place about what it is that they want to do, or they treat you like trash, it's about maintaining that level of respect to be like, okay, if that's how it is that they want to do it, you don't have to hang around them. You don't have to be, you know, dependent on them or codependent. You will leave, right? You do have that level of respect. And the thing is that the Three of Wands and the Seven of Wands represents 3 and 7, 10. There's a certain level of comfortability, right? There's also a level of, you Leos have the whole world to explore. Some of you Leos travel the world, so you're looking for a new job, from your travels, right? The fact that you travel, you'll look for that job, you'll use that as a business travel, right? When there is a way to do that. If you don't know, there is a way to do that legally, lawfully. Um, what else? Also, too, the fact that a lot of you, same thing when it comes to love, right? Looking at it like a business trip, because it is, you know. I'm not saying that you're paying for anything. I'm saying like a legitimate, honest business trip. I'm not talking about any nonsense. So the thing is that you're trying to essentially just look. You're looking, you're looking for a job, looking for a relationship, looking, same thing that I'm doing. I'm looking, and I've talked about this countless times. Like if I truly leave or want to leave and saving up to leave, right? Because it's a peace factor with this. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. It's a peace factor with this. It's like I'm tired of real talk. Like I'm tired of people. Honestly speaking, I'm tired of like the dysfunction. I'm tired of the dysfunction. I'm tired of it. If I'm being transparent, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of a grown individual saying one thing and then do another. Oh yeah, okay, you saying that I can contact you, and I'm not necessarily talking about anybody. I'm saying this is a scenario that happened with me. Saying that I can contact them at any time, right? Hounding me down, basically, right? Saying that I can contact them at any time. And the person is not a Leo. I'm not trying to, because I know some Leos and I have talked and it sounds like that. The person isn't even a Leo, right? But the person is saying that I can go ahead and contact them at any time. I'm like, okay, but they telling me that they want to have a conversation. I'm like, okay, but what kind of conversation you want? I can call them at any time. Call them, right? They're not answering the phone. Now I gotta set up an appointment, and it's like, but you just, this is the delusion. This is the dysfunction. This is the games at work. It's like, but you so goofy. You don't even understand that you just said in one breath, in another breath, that I can contact you at any time. So this is what I'm talking about. Where does this thing actually go? And so the world and the Three of Pentacles right here is about how, because you Leos understand your value. You get it, you get it. A lot of you Leos also understand that a lot of you Leos understand that nothing is going to get in your way. Nothing is going to get in your way. The things that you want to happen, they will happen because you will make them happen. And as I told Aries a few days ago, I think about a week ago, study what it is that you Leos want to do. Study it. Understand. Educate yourself. Pick up a book on it. If not, go to some classes with people who really know what they're talking about. Right? Do your own independent studies. Pick a book on it, like I said before. Because whether it's tax, business, a job, romance, no matter what it is, it would behoove you to educate yourself. I'm just saying. And then you have the Ace of Wands, and then you have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles right here represents how a lot of you Leos, the situation for you is that you have a lot to offer, but honestly, it's who it is that you're offering it to. I've talked about this before. Like a lot of the people in the States, they, truth be told, they come here and then they lose their mind. People who are not from the States, they come here and then they lose their mind. They do. Because what happens is that they have a family orientated, and I can speak to this. They have a family orientated perspective, and then when they come here, the agenda flips. Now, granted, that person was a chameleon, but the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that it's also the way that people do things here. There's a very strange there's a very strange, soft caste system in the States that gets exhibited or experienced when you come here. And that if you don't look a particular kind of way or make a certain amount of money or both, and if you don't have a certain amount of celebrity, right, then people treat you a certain kind of way sometimes. So I just see a lot of you Leos see it for what it is. It's a soft caste system, meaning that the excuses that people make not to have integrity with you, right? Waste your time. Do it, waste your time. Spend their time trying to compete to get your attention. Then when you give them attention, now they ghost you. Now they flaking. They just ghost. They don't. All of that is goofiness. Because when you actually juxtapose it versus the amount of attention and the things that people are willing to do with celebrities, they don't know the person. They don't ask the person questions. They've met the person the first time around, and the first time around they giving the person buns. First night, they already given the person some buns. Then when it comes to a person who's the average individual, who isn't a celebrity, now it's this ideology of, well, oh, no, that's not what it is. It's like, no, that is what it is. Stop moving the goalposts. A standard is a standard is a standard, meaning if you move like this with Chris Brown, you're supposed to move like, whoever, Janet Jackson, whoever, Taylor Swift, whoever. If you move like this with those people, you have to move like this with everybody. If you move like this with the average person, Jane, Joe, you have to move like this with the celebrity. I'm not going to act like, if somebody is into me down here, my dear Leos, and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm cool and have all these problems. But then if I meet a Taylor Swift, if I meet a Janet Jackson, if I meet a Kelly Rowland, if I meet a, I don't know, Nunu, right? What's her name? Nunu, from ATL. The Yellow Bone. But no matter, I'm literally forgetting her name for some reason. But the point is that just because it is that I meet them doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and no, I'm still gonna be the same way. And if I end up missing an opportunity with them, then it is what it is. Because I'm still gonna be stuck looking stupid. So let's clarify things for you, Ten of Pentacles. You have to be careful about who it is that you Leos, give your attention to. To clarify the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Transition card, and then you Leos have the Ace of Cups. And these three cards right here for you speaks to how you just have to understand, once again, to just take it on the chin. From what I'm seeing, some of you Leos are starting to become unattracted to the mentality and just the people, who just not, just wanting to not date for a little while. Because the mentality is starting to get you on your nerves. So there's a sense of you being even disgusted with the mentality. I know I am. How so many people look up to Beyonce and the same. It's so lame. It's so cookie cutter, fam. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get up on out of here. And the thing is, before I go, right, let me just say this too, right? This is not coming out of nowhere. These are, like, if anybody was to ask me, like, why is it that you don't like Beyonce? Why don't you like Cardi B? Why don't you like Nicki Minaj? Why don't you like Meg Thee Stallion. I'll give you legitimate reasons or legitimate causes why I don't like them. Like, I'll give you instances and examples that actually happened why I don't like them. So it's not like it's coming out of nowhere and like I'm just saying it just because, oh, you know, legitimately I have reasons as to why. I think if you ask me, it's play it out. Every time it is that you get like these artists, these rappers, these celebrities, they don't have integrity. And it's like they're the people that get money and all of this, but they don't have integrity. So it's like, what is the point of having all of this amount of money and clout and fame and all of this, but then you don't have integrity? These people are terrible people when you really pay attention to them. They promote in my bookie. Come on now, my bookie has taken away or stolen from people so many times, but then you'll have UFC stars talking about, oh, go to my bookie. Who is still promoting that? It's your obligation it is, because not only is it that you're supposed to be watchful of this, but you also supposed to be like, yo, I don't even want this to be, I don't care how much money they giving me or they saying that they'll give me. I don't want this to be attached to my brand, because when people attach that to your brand, oh, such and such in the UFC recommended this website, and then you go ahead and you place legal sports bets on that stuff, and then the website doesn't want to pay you. It's like, yo, like the whole reason why it is that you did this is because you thought that it was cool because this celebrity endorsed this. These people, they have no honor and they don't have integrity. That's why I don't rock with them. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.